Hey guys, hopefully you can hear this better. I'm holding a rib on my mouth while I drive DoorDash because that's my job right now at this time, and whatever. I hope that it's as trend. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that because inflation isn't transitory, but transitory or whatever. But yeah, it's manipulated. Um, by the market conditions. But I digress. Anyways, I am out on the grind and feeling the motivation, like to make my hours worth more, 100%. I was talking about this earlier because earlier today I was going to buy a course, and I'm like more past couple of days been a little bit stressed. I went to my first client meeting, and then now it's like, okay, back to the drawing board, right? Like, holy crap! Like now I gotta plan more clients and figure out like more client meetings and figure out ways to serve in a better way. But it's wild, and you come to a point where you're almost more willing to sort of divert your learning and your time to not things that are high leverage, as Alex Hormozy would put it. But basically, you sort of come across this period of time where you're like, well, maybe if I was better at or knowing what I was doing, I'd be better at delivering the service. And I think that is true. I think if I actually knew how to deliver the service that I am selling, it would help me in my sales pitch a bunch. But, and this is the one sort of functional piece, I can't be using learning itself as a crutch for not acting within the business and the business that I'm trying to form. Because for me, it's really easy to say, oh, well, I'm learning, I'm trying to get better so that I can deliver on the service, which is true, but I know for myself, and I know that this is true in reality as well, is that learning is theory and action is practice, right? So if you theorize about what is going on, you can spend your whole life thinking, through all the problems, and you would end up probably at the point where you just realize, yeah, like there's just so many problems, it's not even worth it. So for me, I think I've got to continue to just act, and that's by learning sales overcomes and just pitching as many people as I possibly can on my services, and then landing a first client. Now, here's my catch. Once I land a client, then I'm going to learn. And it sounds maybe it sounds a bit backwards, but I think that I will actually get more out of a course or something if I actually need to implement the information that I'm seeking in the business that I have generated. So, and this will kind of feed into the action of what I'm doing, making me better at one time, but also allowing me to implement like the strategies exactly into and work really diligently and do a good job for my clients. So yeah, that's like the thought on that. Not much more to it. Yeah, and then coming across the other parts, I've been going to the gym a lot, going up in calories now. I'm trying to eat not for aesthetics anymore, but for functionality and performance. So I lost a bunch of weight. I lost about 10 pounds in a month. After gaining up to 170, I'm down at 160, 159. And so now to try and like clean bulk sounds kind of funny, but just like eat high protein, really nice diet, neutral diet, my maintenance calories, and go work out hard and get really fit for running. Those are sort of my objectives. I want to run a marathon. Yeah, keep my mind right. I'm moving, so I'm a little bit stressed about that as well. Not stressed, just kind of like it's change. And I'm actually, it's probably better that I changed my environment. I've been in the same spot for a long time. So yeah, that's one sort of, those are two of the bigger things in my life right now. Moving in the sense of moving back into my mind. Oh, so yeah, that's what's going on. And really interesting. Other than that, not much else is going on. I want to learn the code, so I think I am going to learn to code through actually building something that's useful and that's a real world problem. That's something that I want to solve, and also something that I want to offer for my agency services, which is like seems like a good idea and a neat little project to sort of get my mind thinking in the coding sense. Just cutting people off viciously out. This guy's really mad. Holy. So yeah. I think I know I'm gonna be learning to code shortly here, or in a sense, I'm building apps I'm more interested in. And yeah, hold up. I'm actually gonna run into the store and see if they. You know what? It's Taco Bell. They take a minute to prepare the stuff. Oh, okay. So yeah, let's get these thoughts out. Get the words into the universe. What was I saying? Yeah, so I'm interested in coding some web apps. One being a restaurant software tool to basically show the consumer the wait time at the restaurant. That's one, and then another one. I'm really interested in restaurants right now. Serving them as a SMMA niche because I just like the sort of nuance of it, and I really like the idea that I can be super. Oh, anyways, this podcast is chunked up into some absolute segments because I'm currently out and about dashing, so I just went in to grab a Taco Bell. God, it stinks. Oh yeah, organic food, big one. Non-organic food, I'm predicting that in about, let's say, 10 years here, they're going to come out and absolutely ream on organic food, or non-organic food, because to be completely honest with you, like after calorie tracking and all this, I have a more full understanding of like the actual way that nutrients affect the body, and the way that non-organic food affects my body is night and day compared to eating organic whole foods at home versus like going out and even getting like a Chipotle bowl, which is like supposed to be decent food, but yeah, they're really bad. So non-organic food has a really negative effect on like full body nutrients, I'd say, and recovery. And then, yeah, I mean, in about 10 years, they're going to come out and say, yeah, we've completely ruined the gut biome of the humans, and they probably won't admit it, but it's true. Our bodies have adapted over millennium to the exact chemical compounds that we consume, right? And so there's some interesting studies on Monsanto and Roundup in particular, because Roundup was just a byproduct of having excess oil after the wars. And so basically it blocks the essential amino acids that are like third-party bacteriums in your stomach, and completely stops certain parts of the gut biome from breaking down and building cellular sort of divides to consume food properly. So, and the real issue is that Monsanto and all these chemicals, they get in the rain, they get in the water, so they go everywhere. So you even have organic crops that aren't safe. And so yeah, that's an interesting one for sure. Filtered water. Filtered water is super good for you, and you should only drink filtered water. You should only shower in filtered water. I'm experimenting with not showering right now. I'm on day 2. I like a nice shower at night, relax. Sometimes I'll do cold showers at night, which is kind of brutal. It's good for you. It feels stimulating on all the senses. It kind of feels hot after a while, which is interesting. Yeah, God, my mind is really all over the place right now. I'm just like looking at all the lights out of the car. Yeah, developing for restaurants. I actually think that like the restaurant niche has been going about marketing for really wrong for a long time. And I think that you could deliver far more impactful results by telling stories and building a front-end digital experience that cohesively meshes with the restaurant environment. So let's say you start a promotion online, right? It feels cheap, and it's kind of harsh to say because there's some nice restaurants that promote online, but the best way I see online promotion is through social exposure and social bias, and our tendency as humans to feel scarcity, FOMO. So when an ad is released, and it's not an ad, when it's one of your friends posting about the food that they're eating, or someone on social media showing off a steak, that is like the best natural traffic. And they add the location of the restaurant, or they give some hint as to where it is, and usually through tagging the place. That is the best form of media for a restaurant, I could say, because it sort of builds social proofing around the idea of going to a place. And I also really like storytelling. I think that like if you can tell a story about a restaurant through ads and social presence, that you can enrich the experience exponentially just by people want to be part of stories, right? And so if you can tell a good story and connect it to a restaurant, let's say it's the old owner sitting at the table enjoying a meal, and he's talking about starting the restaurant, building it from the ground up, really some good B-roll. You could build in, you're not just going to a restaurant anymore that's promoting something online or looks like it has good food. You're going to a restaurant that has been built, and you are a part of the story. You are a part of the legacy. I mean, you could tie it in with wording as well. So yeah, there's lots of opportunity in the restaurant industry. I think it's also key because maybe, like from what I've heard on sort of whatever 3 videos that I've watched on that industry, everyone's like, oh, the restaurant industry is so budged, it's not high yield. But to be quite honest, like I don't know whether I'm in love with plug-and-play solutions. Like getting a service-based business and selling them on service systems. It seems good. I think you can make it super profitable. But getting the chance to create stories, create real solutions, creatively market, I think is an insane possibility, and then also at some point being good enough and knowledgeable enough in the restaurant industry to do like restaurant turnarounds and scale at some point probably scale Michelin stars. But yeah, like consult restaurants, right? Consult on what a fine dining experience is, how you build a cohesive digital presence for your restaurant. Things like that are just, they interest me a lot. And then of course all the software application potential. One being Post It, one being Taste It. I've kind of built out a naming system for the restaurant apps that I built. Taste It being a food delivery for a small box tasting menu, and then Post It is a social engine that would connect with Taste It and basically like promote, and just in general basically gives you free food for posting on your social media. So if you post on social media while you're at the restaurant, and at the restaurant they'll come out and comp you and give you a beautiful free dessert or a interesting restaurant experience, which generates valuable social awareness and would be super, super good. I don't know whether it's already been created, but that's a cool project which I see like a lot of potential in. So yeah, that's super cool. I mean, I'm sure I could think of some great stuff for a service-based business, but I probably will, because I am pitching service-based businesses as well right now. Just trying to get upfront cash and cash in the business. Anyways, yeah. I think I've talked you through a bunch of different solutions that I think are kind of interesting. Some stuff that I'm working on and has potential to scale and grow massively. So, yeah. 5,000. 5,000. Where? That's 4. No, 6,000. Okay, well, a little bit off. Alright. Well, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.